Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is May 1st, 2018, and today is Tuesday morning. So on the economic events of the day, we got a lot of events, and one started already at 6:30 South African time. Royal Bank of Australia rate statement. That's a interest rate decision that came out earlier this morning. We take a look at the Aussie dollar in just a moment, but then we're followed at 10:30 South African time, manufacturing PMI number coming out of the United Kingdom, and then that's followed by the press conference or Governor Lau speaking after the RBA rate statement that was at 6:30 this morning. Later on in this afternoon, Canadian dollar monthly GDP numbers coming out of the United States, ISM manufacturing PMI number coming out, and lastly, Governor Polos will be speaking at 8:30 this evening. Now, altogether, this is a very busy week starting from today, tomorrow, and then obviously Friday. Tomorrow is going to be FOMC, and then Friday is going to be non-farm payroll for the month of April. So be aware of it as it does come out, as this Friday is the first Friday of May. So let's just take a look at what's been happening in the markets. So really a lot going on. Okay, we didn't get that. We got a little bit of that bounce yesterday, but we faltered right away, and we're trading right at support level at this 120.72 versus the dollar on the euro, and we're just really flirting with disaster here. Okay, because if we don't see any further momentum on the upside, we could see a breakout, and if we do break out, that means that we could get back to the 118-ish level, potentially, okay, which is another 200 pips down. Now, what's disconcerting really about this is the GBP is pushing us further down. GBP broke this level at 137.55. We're just flirting with it right now. And as you can see, we had a wick, sell off, and then we closed above it, but we're really flirting with disaster here, okay, which means that we could maybe correct ourselves if we do break this on the 137.30-ish level. We can close this 136-ish level even. So that's something to really pay attention to today to see if the dollar continues its strength versus the currencies. Now I'm going to jump to the USD Swiss franc, and you'll see that we continued our rally. The dollar continued its rally versus the Swiss franc from last week. And sure enough, we're flirting with highs of the year, okay, at 99.74-ish level. We're only about 60 pips away from that. So just keep that in mind as we continue to trade versus the dollar. We're really closing in on the high of that. Now, USD ZAR, same story, okay, 1246. And we looked like we were going to correct ourselves. We got to a low of 1220. And now we're really, continuing our rally here. So if we break this 1253, it could be that we get into the 13 level, okay, in the next month or two. All right, it could happen even faster than that, but just be aware of it. All right, especially as we continue. Now, talking about the Aussie dollar this morning, really dead. Okay, 75.41. Nothing really, pushing it up above. And if we do break this 75, 74-ish level right here, 74.96, we could see it correct itself down to the 73.90-ish level as well. So we're really at a very major pivot point on most of the currencies versus the dollar. If we jump to gold, gold has been really very weak. We're flirting with disaster here at 1312, and it could be potentially a great short if we do break this 1312 and we continue, this slide. The next real support level, as I mentioned last week, is 1293. So that's really something to keep an eye out as we continue trading in the gold. Now, jumping into oil, we had a little bit of a rally yesterday, but we didn't break the 69. However, okay, this little sell-off is keeping us above the 68.55-ish level, and this could show us that it's, there's still upwards momentum here. If we do break this 69, we could definitely hit it at 70. That's our next real target goal. Now, jumping into the Dow Jones, we had a big sell-off yesterday, 24,454. Couldn't continue this rally, which is a little bit disconcerting. Could be because some of the geo-economic situation in the Middle East, some internal issues in the United States, maybe because we're going into the FOMC, the market wants to sell off in case it is positive news. The markets have been very strong, so we are thinking that the FOMC is going to raise interest rates, okay, again, just to keep inflation in check. Okay, now that's a good sign because it means that the economy is doing well. So we may just initially sell off, but we may see a continued rally right after that, the initial sell-off, because the markets doesn't like the interest rates to go up higher because it means it costs more to borrow money. Now, at the same time, that also means that the economy is doing well if the interest rates are going up. But at the same time, okay, it's a it's a longer view, okay, of the economy than it is just within the week. So we may have an initial sell-off if they raise interest rates and then a correctional move, or we may see a little bit of a correction in the market and we get back into the 23,822. So that's something to keep an eye out between today and tomorrow. Now, looking at the JSC, we're firming up here and we're getting back into the 51,800-ish level. And so if we do break above this, I think we can continue this rally upwards. Okay, so that's something to keep an eye out. Looking at the DAX as well, where we sold off yesterday, but still, just off of our highs, just very, very small. Okay, looking at 12,641, we're at 12,575, and we faltered here. We didn't break up above, but I'd like to see a little bit of possibly a rally here. Okay, we look like we're making a upside down head and shoulders. This would be the head, this would be one shoulder, and this would be the subsequent shoulder. So it might be a good place to actually pick this up on the pullback in the anticipation that it's going to go up higher, especially if the market wants to pull it up higher with the markets. Now, we spoke about Amazon and Facebook yesterday. I'm going to just jump into Amazon here. We sold off sharply yesterday, as you can see. Now, we're at our previous high. Okay, so this may be actually a good time for us to pick it up. If we hold this 1550-ish level today, that might be actually a good play to actually jump in on the upside. Now, we sold off sharply in the open, and that may continue, okay, because we filled the gap. Okay, we had this massive gap up from 15 to 1630. Okay, so that's something to really keep an eye on. There's a lot of volatility here, a lot of money to be made in the stock. All right, this is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.